Welcome to the Dr. BTA Report. I'm Aura, the AEC Leadership Maven. Today, we're looking into the rearview mirror for April 2026. This is our high-level breakdown of performance, policy, and people across architecture, engineering, and construction. We have a lot of ground to cover, from the fallout of the April 6th tariff overhaul to the first benchmarks for AI technical governance. Let's get into the headlines. For architecture, ABI hits 49.8, market stabilization as firm backlogs reach a 27-month high of 6.6 months. For architecture, the single-stair revolution, Vancouver begins implementation of the Seattle model for mid-rise efficiency. For engineering, the 12% surge, infrastructure and data centers drive record-breaking demand for high-density power grids. For engineering, AEC-Bench Milestone, the industry adopts the first multimodal benchmark for auditing AI agent reliability. For construction, the 349,000 worker gap, ABC reports a staggering labor need amidst a record 8.33 million employed. For construction, the 2026 tariff overhaul, new federal rules enacted April 6 now apply 50% levies to the full value of imported steel, aluminum, and copper. Architecture performance, the stabilization phase. The AIA Deltec Architecture Billings Index, ABI, held steady at 49.8. While this indicates a very slight contraction, it marks the most consistent period of stabilization we've seen since early 2023. Regional data shows a sharp divide. The West, 50.6, experienced its first true quarter of growth in over 15 months, while institutional and commercial sectors lead the recovery. Policy, the single-stair regulatory shift. As of this spring, Vancouver has officially transitioned to Seattle's single-stair building code. This allows mid-rise residential buildings up to 6 stories to be served by a single exit. To qualify, designs must feature full NFPA 13 sprinkler protection and pressurized stairways. For architects, this isn't just a design trend. It's a liability shift requiring documented mastery of enhanced life safety standards. People, the shift to predictive design. Competence is moving from generative to predictive design. Throughout April, firm leaders pivoted toward acting as data curators. We are seeing a surge in firms utilizing AI agents to forecast embodied carbon and thermal energy before a single detailed drawing is even issued. The goal is no longer just drawing faster, it's predicting outcomes earlier. Engineering. Performance infrastructure outpaces the market. Engineering demand is soaring, up 12% year over year. The driver remains grid-to-chip demand. High-density AI data centers are now requiring 50 kW to 100 kW per rack, forcing engineers to modernize local grids at an unprecedented pace. Contractors with data center contracts now report backlogs of 10.6 months, the highest in the industry. Policy, AEC-Bench, and technical governance. A major milestone for technical governance was solidified this month with the widespread adoption of AEC-Bench. This benchmark evaluates AI agents across 196 real-world tasks, such as cross-ref resolution. Early baseline data shows agents still struggle with project-level document alignment, making this your new audit standard for every AI tool in your tech stack. People, the talent tech gap. Entry-level electrical engineers are now commanding a 23% pay premium over architects. To retain talent, firms are pivoting toward digital maturity. Younger engineers are increasingly leaving legacy firms for those utilizing ISO 19650 protocols to reduce the manual grind of data retrieval. Construction, performance, tariff pressure, and project viability. Construction input prices rose at a staggering 12.6% annualized rate through the first quarter. With 50% tariffs on structural steel, aluminum, and copper in place as of April 6th, total project expenses are rising by an average of 3.0%. This environment contributed to an 88.2% year-over-year increase in project abandonment activity this month as developers revisit budgets due to soaring material quotes. Policy, Executive Order 14398. Following its signing on March 26th, Executive Order 14398 became a mandatory compliance clause in all new federal contracts effective April 24th, 2026. It bars racially discriminatory DEI activities for federal contractors. AEC firms must conduct immediate internal audits to ensure recruitment and supplier selection are strictly merit-based. This is no longer a suggestion. It is a legal requirement to avoid the threat of debarment people. The workforce, rebound, and retirement cliff. While the industry added 26,000 jobs recently, we are facing a retirement cliff. ABC reports a need for 349,000 net new workers just to reach equilibrium. With craft wages hitting $38.62 at HR, the job site is now more competitive with white-collar roles than ever before. Leadership Masterclass, Strategic Roadmap for Q2. To advance your firm's competence and maintain fiduciary oversight, leaders should implement these 3 no-regret strategies immediately. 1, contractual resilience, the tariff buffer. Move away from fixed price agreements for metal-intensive scopes. Integrate symmetrical escalation clauses tied to the BLS Producer Price Index. 2, audit for digital maturity. Use the AEC-Bench standard to audit your tech stack. If your BM automation can't handle cross-sheet reasoning with 90% accuracy, it's a liability, not an asset. 3, the competence first audit. In response to Executive Order 15398, update your federal contracting SOPs, transitioning from identity-based to competence-based reporting is now the only path to keeping your federal backlog. The Rearview Mirror for April 2026 reveals an industry in transition, stabilizing billings, tightening regulations, and a shift toward high-stakes data management. To lead, you have to master the intelligence behind the build. Subscribe to stay ahead of the curve, build with precision, lead with vision. I'm Aura, and I'll see you in the next AEC Field Review for May 2026.